Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you focus into the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the blessed one, the exalted one, the fully enlightened one. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to share some basic information for yourself to develop a very good, very clear spiritual foundation. So when it comes to that, the very important part of your mind is the intention. So as we know, there are two different entities that we have fundamentally as mind and the brain. So this both help for us to think. So the mind and the brain both invisible. So the brain as an organ, even though we see, but the thinking pattern, this thought, invisible. But once the thoughts develop, and we have ability to bring that thoughts to material world, physical world. So that it's become the creation. See that invisible thoughts go through some kind of process through the imagination, and then after your bodily, verbally and mentally action, and it can appear as something. So now, in day-to-day life, we are more interfering with the outside things that what we see, and then we take that influence out of our perception. We build up a model for our mind or for our brain using the thoughts, and develop a pattern which we call habit in another way. And then again and again out of the brain, our imagination and through the creation, and we build up the material world, seeing the material world. Again, it go inside us through the environment. And another way we call the knowledge. And then we go, it's a circle again and again and again. So the pattern that we develop day by day become more advanced. And it is an irreversible pattern. So we develop many methods, patterns to maintain this. And most of the time the people name it as the success of life. But when it comes to meditation, we have to go into the depth of this all and understand the very behavior, the very nature of this all. From where this comes. And also why this happened this way. Because knowingly or unknowingly this keep happening. Why it happened to us? So the one of the important thing that you have to understand, this is not a result of something that happened outside. This is happening as a result of something that go through inside us. So that's why through meditation, we are capable to get into that and understand it. So when it comes to that, one of the major important things to recognize what is mind. And as you know, most of the time in the world, and all the scientists, they never address what is the mind, they all address what is the brain. What is the mind? So the mind is all over your body, and not only that, it's go beyond the body also. Your environment, also your mind. And the very nature of the mind, analyzing. So, but what happens when we go through the patterns, that analytical ability start to build up a pattern, and then it come as a habit. So when it go to the vipassana level, what we develop, critical, analytical, unbiased mind. So why this, that the critical, analytical, unbiased mental action we need? Because the pattern we develop as a recognition or the understanding or the thinking, we repeat, and as a result of that repetition, this analytical mind transforms to habitual mind. And when it go to habitual mind, it look for the comfort. Habits always follow the comfort. And when you go through the comfort, you get out of that critical way of behavior. And now look at the pattern now. Now you go through the habits, and then you look for the comfort. And then what happened? Once your mind, once your thoughts start to follow the habits and the pattern and the comfort, it always going to depend from something. And then you go into how you become biased to something. You become a debtor to something. So that's why when we reverse the pattern, when you want to release your mind and go back to your original, the very pure organic nature of the mind, you go backward to critical, analytical, unbiased mindset. So once you go into that, what you can see? That once you go into that level, you recognize with the moment that you experience anything with the perception, you have ability to change the intention. So the intention is the key point. The beginning of your thoughts, if you are capable to recognize and if you become very clear with the intention of that thought, and out of that you are capable to create the very different environment or the situation. So when it comes to example, as you know, that when the fish, for the fish, they need the water. But even though the same salt water from different places, you take and you put the fish from this water to that, even though that both salt water, sometimes the fish die. You know, when you clean the fish tank and sometimes when you change the water, once you put the new water, this fish die. So the fish need the same environment to survive. So your lifestyle the same, your thoughts are you are like this because the intention that from wherever it comes, the intention come from the same place. That's why you maintain the same. When you look for the change, what will happen? When you change the intention, that all these things going to disappear. This cannot survive. So then rather than, we all look for change, we like the change, but we try to change these outside things. We never go into the intention. We never look the intention. We have the same intention, but we try to change the outside environment. That doesn't work. So just imagine that there are places when someone going to suicide, you can call them and they can help you. You know, when you call 911, they answer you, they have a conversation with you in a different level. They use a very different level of, you know, vibration, rhythm. This is 911, how I can help you? You know, it's a kind of like a different, you know, and especially when people try to suicide, when you call them, they are so different. See that? The same word, but if you and me talk to that person, maybe it doesn't work. But someone, even that not appear in physically, someone use the word can change the mind. So then sometimes our own conversation, our own thoughts, our own conversation inside us take us to kill us, suicide us. But when there is someone, they can have a conversation with you to take you out from that kind of mindset. that both use the words that, ourselves, we use the word to talk to us, and someone else may be over the pond, use the words. And these words come through the energy. So this behind the energy. So as example, to talk like this, you need some kind of energy. Without that, we can't talk. If I don't have, kind of like a energy to talk like this, if I change the rhythm, then this communication doesn't work. Oh, meditation is very good, you have to practice. It doesn't work like that. So that person behind the pond that created that kind of energy, from where that energy comes, that is the key point. So when you call 911, so if you call emergency line, if that person slow, sleepy, tired, lethargic, the way that person answers the phone going to different. So then, from where that energy come? That's the key point. That energy come out of the intention. So that intention come out of not the brain. The intention come out of the mind. So not on that is important. So then after that, what happens? That intent, the capacity of the intention, the strength of the intention going to become so different according to the understanding about you and about the society. So as example, if you don't know about the society, or if you don't know about other people, the intention that you generate going to have a different kind of energy. But if you have a deeper, higher, larger understanding regarding that other people, other living beings, then the intention has a more strong, higher energy. So that is why that your wisdom part is important, because what you know will help you to develop or define the intention. And out of the intention, that whatever the energy that you put on it can change the outcome of your bodily, verbal, your mentally action. So the most of time when we don't know that much regarding the outside, when we know very little bit about our own experience, it creates a kind of like a self-centered, egocentric mind. So then we become very limited to us or the self. And out of that understanding, when you have an intention, it doesn't have that much power, strong energy on it. So then what will happen out of your bodily, verbally, mentally action, whatever the outcome happens, it doesn't have that much energy effect. But if you know about you, if you know about others, and then your understanding going to become so different. So learning the Dharma in one way, what happened? Take you to that deeper understanding, the higher level of larger scale of vision or the understanding regarding you and other people, that after learning the gratitude, compassion, loving kindness, empathetic joy. So this all will help you to have that larger, higher scale of understanding regarding you and others. So once you have that deeper understanding, what happened, it naturally changed the intention. So from the beginning of the education system in the human history, that was the purpose, giving this through access or giving this ability for people to understand in larger scale how our life happens. Because once you know that, you don't need any lessons to change your intention, because then you're not going to think about only you, because you know that your life happened because of other people or other things. And when you know that, naturally your intention going to become changed. When the intention become changed, what happened, that the energy come out of your bodily, verbally, mentally actions going to change. So when the energy change, the outcome. So as example, when you hear the different level of energy or the vibration through the words, you're going to change. So now, rather than hearing it from others, so like as example, the Buddha, enlightened masters, that the great practitioners, the gurus, the teachers, sometimes they have they have the compassion. That is one of the highest quality when you know about yourself and others, that the compassion and loving kindness. So when you hear the things with the compassion and loving kindness, it creates a higher vibration and the larger scale of energy. And that actions become stronger. So the bodily action, verbal action, or the mental action going to become more stronger when the intention held by the loving kindness, compassion, and the empathy, so that kind of quality. So that should come out of the deeper, clear understanding from yourself. So, but if we become very limited to ourselves, the outcome going to become so narrow, not that much energy, and then you have to work so hard for that. And out of that, only most of time, only the struggle, frustration, disappointment going to end. So you're going to get that kind of things as an end result. So then remember, it is very important for yourself always, when it comes to bodily, verbally, mentally actions, if you look your personal development, or if you look for the social development, if you try to contribute something to others, first try to anchor to that intention related to loving kindness, compassion, that kind of way. So otherwise, if you go with the greed, hatred, and the delusion, because those are the qualities that minimize our capacity of understanding. As example, greed. If you know about you and if you know about others, there is no way that you're going to be greedy. You don't know about others, and maybe you know only about you, and as a result of that, what happened, the greediness is going to be there with you. So the meditation is a method, slowly bringing this access to deeper level to understand this higher, larger scale of background. So for that, you need a very undisturbed mind from the beginning. So what we call the tranquility meditation. So once you come to that, and from that point, once your mind tranquilizes, you are capable to get out of the patterns, the methods, the comfort, and becoming that go with the depending from something. So then you can go into the very vipassana level, critical, analytical, unbiased way of recognition. When you are capable to go into that level, what happens? With your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, whatever the perception comes, you are capable to see it to the very larger the scale. You are capable, it's kind of like that you're going to use a very strong lens to see. And the larger area you can capture out of that lens. So when you don't have the critical, analytical, unbiased mind, the lens that you use kind of like a very smaller one, has a lot of conditions. That what is that condition mean? Conditions means our habitual bias mindset, that the repetition. So when we go through that again and again and again, we are not capable to recognize things in a larger scale. When we are not capable to see things in the larger scale, we can't have the compassion, empathy, loving kindness, that kind of qualities. When you don't have that kind of qualities, you are not capable to generate the right energy out of your bodily, verbally, mentally action. So this is what you have to work within yourself to bring the transformation to you and bring the higher level of energy to yourself. So day by day, rather than you are focused only for you, you have to see how your life happens, even when it comes to self or the soul or I am. If you look very carefully with the critical, analytical, unbiased mindset, if you analyze yourself, you will see your life happens because of many other reasons from the outside. And then it will help you to transform yourself to see that your life is depending from others. So otherwise, if you exist just by yourself, then your life is going to become very horrible, very painful life. Even just imagine you are very egocentric, self-centered person. If you think that everything happened to you only for you, then by the time you're going to get so tired. But how beautiful when you know, because of the environment, because of the other people, because of the other information, that everything, especially the information, and because of that things you build up like this as who you are, that will open your heart to outside world, that itself bring the compassion. Then you're going to become more humble person. And so now remember yourself, when you tune to higher level of energy, it is not something from outside. Go backward to your intention and start to tune that intention to larger scale. So that way, your thoughts going to become stronger. Once the thought becomes stronger, what will happen? The way that you communicate going to become different. And the outcome going to become change. So now, if you go through very sad, disappointed, very low level of moment, the very reason that the communication that you go through inside, you have the very wrong intention. That's why. So now you know how to develop a very sustainable way of rescuing yourself and uplifting yourself. So what you need to do when you have the self-communication, when you talk to yourself, and if you feel very low, unhappy, sad, disappointed way of life, right away change the intention behind that, the words that, or the conversation that you go through within yourself. Then you will see it right away change because the flow of energy. And then the next one is with the other people. When you have a communication with other people, when you do bodily action, and even when you have the mental action regarding other people, you may not need to talk anything, you no need to say anything, you no need to do anything, but still, when you have the thoughts regarding other people, remember this. If you have the wrong intention, they're going to feel it. You no need to talk any single word. Remember that. You no need to appear as a person even, in front of that person. Even not only the people, animals, the trees, the environment. And so then when it comes to global warming, what is the one of the reason? Regarding the nature, whatever the intention we have is wrong. That's it. When the day we change our intention deeper inside regarding these trees, the clouds, the rain, the sun, the moon, the planets, this, the earth, this everything, things are going to change. Because we start to tune to higher vibration. We change the vibration, we change the energy. So, with other people, and sometimes we try to be so hard to find the right words, but if we have the wrong intention, you will never have the good communication. But if you use even the wrong words, if you have the right intention, good intention, remember that out of end of the conversation, you both going to be kind of like a very, calm, and it's more connect. So then with the people. So first you have to start with yourself. Have a good intention with your communication. And then the second, start to have a good conversation with the good intention inside you regarding other people. Whatever you do, whatever you think, and whatever you say, always remember, look into yourself and see what is the intention while you're talking. So that itself creates the environment inside you to be mindful. Now you know what is inside. So as example, while I am talking to you, if I have the greed, hatred, or the delusion inside me, unclarity inside me, and if I try to cheat you, or if I have a different intention, and with that intention when I talk, somehow, somewhere, you feel the disconnection. But when my intention is clear to transform and give this wisdom to yourself, to have your own life and very sustainable way of development in you as a human being to give a better service to other people. If my intention is that, remember, even in this very moment, maybe you don't understand what I said, but one day you're going to get this. That is the power of intention. It is nothing to do with you and me. It's the behind that our thought, the mind, because the mind depends on the intention. Mind going to become strong or weak according to the intention. So then always remember that. And then when you go to the social service, when you do the service to the community or to the other people, your intention is the important key point, not the what is outcome. Maybe outcome is so good and perfect, beautiful for the moment, but if the intention is not good, what will happen? In the very next day, that all will disappear. So that's what happened to us. So then, as a person, as a family, as a relationships, as a, partners, as a village, as a country, as a world, as a universal being, we have to have a very good intention inside us. If you look for your own inner development, and if you look for better world for tomorrow. So look for that. So with that, let's get into practice now a little bit. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Swapatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself. And take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathing, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it and do nothing extra. Bring my attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as we can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata-cha-mi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva-anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta-anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe tatta-anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhamma-nudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.